Alright, hello everyone, this is Mark Parson, and we got another video with college money skills. In this video, first of all, we're going to do the risk disclaimer like we always do. Make sure you pause your video for a good 10 seconds to just read through this. Basically, you can potentially be very profitable in your trading, but at the same time, most importantly, you can lose it all, alright? So understand that, and that's actually how you learn. You're going to learn by mistakes. So understand that, and most importantly, do not invest money that you cannot afford to lose. Alright, so that's understand that. Trading foreign exchange carries a high level of risk, and consult your own financial advisor, independent financial advisor. Okay? So today we're going to learn a couple things. And that's a Mandelbrot set. Remember, when you first started watching these videos, at the very beginning, I told you to watch the Fibonacci sequence, what that is, understand that. And then I was going to talk about, I said, look up the Mandelbrot set. And that's what you did. That was the first couple of videos. So the last video I talked about Fibonacci a little bit more in depth. And this, I'm going to talk about it in trading, okay? Very important. Fractals. The importance, what is a fractal? Okay, so that's very important. So I'm going to show you that. But like I said, this is the skills training part. And then before I want you to get in the mindset, always constantly learn. If you're a young person, you don't even have to be extremely young. You don't have to be in college. You can just be that age. Or you can be, cause I'm 29 at this time. So you can be my age or you can be older. It doesn't matter. The point is constantly learn. That means you have to constantly be looking at information and turn it into knowledge and decide if it's knowledge or not. And look up information like financial information. Alright? Finances. People who made it. You know, Ty Lopez talks about great people. Like, look up what a $100 billion company CEOs do, or the person who founded the company. Billionaires. Multi-millionaires. Okay? This is a skill that you can get on your feet. Possibly, and I say what I would do, like an ATM. Alright? This is investment money. So I use it like that. Alright? And we're going to talk about getting into real estate afterwards. And I'm going to get my mentor on one of these videos, and he's going to discuss a little bit more information. Alright? But at this time, what you have done, you said you made a decision. You started programming your mind for success with subliminals of money. Getting your mind programmed right. Positivity. Positive thinking. Then you got a job. Alright, you lowered your expenses, very important, lowered your expenses, and you got your job. Now, while you are at your job, make sure you have a great attitude, because it's not always about what you do, it's how you do it. So that's how you can get better job opportunities. Because I'm going to tell you something, I recommend this because I've done it. Go to richdad.com and play the cash flow game, okay, the classic, it's called the classic cash flow game. That's going to teach you a lot about how can I say it? Get out of the rat race, and it's very important, you know, to buy low, sell high. But it's going to teach you how to do that, and it's really good simulation, because that's how, you know, he talked about that. Robert Kiyosaki from Rich Dad, Poor Dad talked about one of the best ways to learn is simulation. And now we got the internet, computer games, and all that stuff is really easy. Okay. You can find so much information on YouTube and in books and all this information. So be very, just like how you found my video, be very open and learn every day. Spend 3 hours a day in developing your skill, which I'm going to show you what you can do for 3 hours a day to get better as a currency trader, to improve making money. 3 hours a day in reading and looking at documentaries, looking at biographies of very wealthy people, and reading books, and then 3 hours executing. Okay, so that's what I would do. Okay, that's what I do. So Mandelbrot said, let's go into that. Mandelbrot said, as above, so below. So basically, if you saw in the video, man, this is infinite. This goes beyond infinite, and it just keeps going. All right, so the smaller molecular level is basically the same image as the bigger level. All right, and it's infinite. and it just keeps going and going and going, as you saw in the video. So what does that what does it got to do with trading? Well, the fractal. This is the 1 minute chart. Alright? And this is my demo. So you see that I got playing around with some new strategies. Alright, got that buy-in before the big market drop. Alright, so just to show you my demo. Alright, so here's what you're gonna do. Understand this. Oh, let me raise that back up to the time frame. So this is what it's about. Time frame. You got 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, day chart, week chart, month chart. So we got our indicators on here, okay? So very simple. You got indicators on there. Now understand this. Each candle, okay, is 1 minute. Alright? So guess what, how it happens? It's rapid. It's like boom, 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 boom. Especially when the market's open. Well, the market's not open right now, but I'm saying the London session, if we're trading the Euro USD, the London session, the New York session, I mean, this thing is moving, okay? So a person could get on the wrong chart and they'd be like, oh man, the market's going crazy. Well, it's because the time frame. 1 minute, each candle is 1 minute. So obviously the minute is fast, 60 seconds. All right, you got your indicators on there. Then let's go to the 1 hour. Now the 1 hour, okay? I got some different indicators on here as I discussed the weekly and everything. But look at this. You got the 1 hour, okay? The 1 hour means you got each candle is 1 hour. So guess what? It starts to slow up, right? It starts to slow up. Each candle is 1 hour. That's what I trade. We trade the 1 hour currently, okay? As we're training. All right. Guess what happens on the week chart? Now each candle is a week, so imagine how slow this is. Imagine how fast. Alright? So what can you do to improve your skills and work on it every day? Well, like I said, take 3 hours. You got your time. You can zoom out so you can see these patterns. Okay? Because that's what a mathematician is. A mathematician studies patterns. You can recognize patterns. Alright, and all of this is math. You got these things, these lines are called moving averages. Alright, so we talked about that. So we talked about the cross, so the yellow brick road over the red. Alright? You talk about the cross. So what can you do? Well, guess what? You can literally stare at the 1 minute for 3 hours a day and start to recognize patterns. What does the white and the blue do? What is the white and the blue? What happens when the white crosses the blue in a certain direction? Crosses the blue in a certain direction. Explosion. Okay? What is the 3 bull flag? What is the 3 bear flag? What happens when the bands, let's get a little closer. When all the bands get really tight, what happens when they get consolidated? That's what a consolidation. And then what happens? Breakout. Alright? Then what happens when the yellow and the red, purple, green spread out? Yellow, red, purple, green. And then start to bend. So you understand? You can look at it from a smaller level. You can look smaller level, quicker level, time frame. And then be able to improve on where we trade is the 1 hour to 4 hour. Okay? The 4 hour, let me give you a little, if we trade on the 1 hour, let's say we're trading, okay? And you're like, you know what? I want to see the bigger picture. So I see what's happening in the 1 hour. Let me see what it's really doing. Okay, that yellow brick road is pointing up hard. It's still pointing up pretty hard, even though it's hitting that top of the fib. We haven't gone over fibs yet. Well, a little Fibonacci, but not the fib lines. But the yellow brick road still pointing hard. So is that red. I may want to be patient on possibly putting in a sell. Just quite yet. You see the day still pointing up too. So we got the 1 hour. So you understand? So the 1 hour might start to bend a little bit. But what is that 4 hour doing? So we're looking at, that's what we're looking at. We're looking at all these confirmations. So once you get really good, you can start analyzing. You have the right, I'll give you the right, correct indicators to show you direction, strength of trend, possible reversal, alright, support and resistance, which is the whether to be able to tell to buy low or sell high. Okay? So I'll give you all that information, but guess what? You got to get good at it. You have to be able to have your own and build your own instincts, and that comes from time time, constantly being passionate about what you do. 3 hours a day. I gave you some of the indicators to be able to tell direction. Now then, lastly, volume management. Cannot stress that. Okay. In the next video, I'm going to go in depth in some volume management. I'll say ideas or hypothetical situations. Okay. So yeah, so we'll talk about situations on volume management in the next video. But this is very important. So for you to study, how do you study? Well, watch the charts. Watch the time frame. All right. So this is Mark Parson. Make sure. Oh yeah, like I said, remember what I said. When you got your job, make sure you have a great attitude. Work, because you know that you're learning a skill, and this is just one skill. There's a million ways to make $1 million. This is one skill. So once you build up a certain amount of capital, which doesn't take much, especially with our broker, once you build up a certain amount of capital, then guess what? Now you got the skill set to trade and make more. So most people understand. Most people have their job and they have no hope. All right, because that's all they know. But guess what? Man, information and knowledge is abundant. So I want you to make sure you get going, start studying, improve on what you know, practice different things out. That's what I'm doing on the demo. That's the great thing about a demo app, Practice things, practice different strategies, test things out. Right now, I'll give you a little something what I'm testing out. I have my Fibonacci lines, which I can send to you. Make sure you email me and I can send you and explain those Fibonacci retracement lines. But what I'm working on is the 50% of the fib. The market likes to always come back to that 50%. Okay? So, and then if it passes that 50, it usually likes to continue to go to either the top or the bottom. And we know the buy low so high, so we can know when it's at the bottom. Now the thing about it is the 1 minute chart is not that many pips. So my goal is to find out when it's going to break through from looking at a bigger time frame, maybe even right here. I'm thinking the 1 hour to see when it could possibly break through, because what I can do is scout. What does scout mean? It just means get into the market as soon as you get in profit. Go ahead and take that. Go ahead and close that trade and take that profit. All right. So maybe we're talking about 1 or 2 pips. All right. So this is different scalping techniques I'm using with the Fibonacci, which I love and am obsessed with Fibonacci sequence. All right. So I'm improving. I'm getting better, and I'm testing things out. So do that. Like practice and really study that. Okay. So next video we're going to talk about what I just explained a little bit. But have a great day. Mark Parson signing out.